So it was at that point where the Secret Service heard the gunshots because they said it sounded like gunshots. They said it sounded like gunshots, and they immediately rushed in the room. They had the guns. They had their guns. We were all terrified. Melania, I'd never seen the First Lady look like that in her life. She was terrified. Trump was too. In fact, we were all terrified, and they had to rush us out to the emergency evacuation room. We were all in there while the Secret Service was out there, but they heard the wave of gunshots. They killed the shooter, but they heard the wave of gunshots. They heard the wave of gunshots, and they immediately came, and they had got us. They said, "Get down, get down, get down, get down," and they had rushed us to a room. I feel like that's the first time all of us get to be in that room together. It was me, Pete, Marco, Nutlick, Melania, and President Trump. We were all in that same room together. We were all terrified. We were trying to figure out what we were going to do. But we were terrified that we were there, and a few minutes before it happened, I was whispering something in his ear, and then a few minutes later, the waiter was in Trump's ear asking him something the same way I was, and they heard the gunshots, and the Secret Service had the rifles, they had the guns, they had rushed into the room, and they said, get down, and you should have seen how they rushed us out of there. We are safe, but the person who tried to shoot at us was a sick person, the worst person, retarded person. He was coming right at us. He was trying to come right at us. I don't know how they let him by that security point. He had multiple weapons on him, but they got us, they put us in the room, and they took care of that. There was a U.S. Park Police helicopter going over the building that we were at. But yeah, we are safe. No, only the shooter was killed. The Secret Service agent was shot, but he had a bulletproof vest, so he survived. We all survived except for the shooter. So we are all alive and well. We are doing good, but this is an example of how the Secret Service and our government acts. Even though there's a crisis, we still move fast. So they got us to the emergency room, and we canceled the correspondence. We canceled the correspondence dinner for now. But we're going to do it again, but we canceled it because of this situation. I feel bad for Melania because her face she was terrified. To be honest, I was too, but that's how life goes.